What's going on, guys? It's Basili here, and today we'll be covering how to play zap bait decks. My last video was on how to play Hog Cycle. Now I'm going to cover zap bait. This is the current deck that I'm using on ladder. As you can see, I'm winning more games than I'm losing. There are weaknesses to zap bait. If they run heavy decks and they have a lot of counters to your zappable cards, or it's also can be log bait. For instance, in this battle, he had Princess that could take care of my skeletons, so there's really no need for him to zap those. Here, when it wins, it does well. It does pretty well against beatdown decks because if you time it right, you can put your Inferno down, which is a zappable card, and put your skeletons on the giant early, so then they have to choose whether to zap your Inferno or to zap your skeleton army, because either one will take them out. A lot of notifications. We're gonna go through some replays. I'll show you one against a lava hound deck. This is Lava Miner. This was my most recent game, I believe. I did it just a couple hours ago. So we're going to go with the miner. If you want the non-legendary version of this, you can swap miner for Goblin Gang, which is a common, and you can swap... If you don't have Princess, you could use... I'm thinking Fire Spirits or Minions. I put Inferno down in that position because if you put this was more to block the minions from doing too much damage to my Inferno. I was protecting my Princess right there. If you don't have Princess, you can do, I believe, Goblin Barrel. Goblin Barrel also works well. That's another variant of this deck. So Miner's getting some good chip. So the way to play this deck is that you have the log, you have zap. Usually you use zap to support your units. I use log defensively. Here, I was pre-logging because I was expecting my hog to get one hit on the tombstone, and the log would finish it off. Playing the Princess defensively again in the opposite lane. He missed Fireball right here. So... a bit of a mistake on his part. I believe I'm going to split skeletons here in the back. It's a good play, just to more cycle, and also it provides a little bit of defense on each side. I choose to ignore this guards coming down. They're not going to do too much damage. If you are lucky enough to have the miner, you want to change where you place the miner, so that it doesn't allow them to predict, like I believe in this game he predict guards. He predict plays guards in order to defend. Well, have my miner. See, I think he'll do it right here. Yeah, he'll predict plays that I'm going to play guards. That I'm going to play miner in that pocket over there, which is a very common place that people will play miner. So if you're playing another miner player, it is a good place to place it. As you can see, it's very common. I placed Skeleton Army right there because I was expecting him to play Miner on my Princess, but he never did that. So right here, I placed Miner down because I have some skeletons going down, and if the tower locks onto my Miner, it allows him to get some chip, as well as the skeletons to get to his tower and get some chip as well. So right here, playing skeletons more to protect my tower, because I knew that he did not have any zap or log. So that's the end of the first replay. It was level 10. I'm facing a lot of 10s and 11s. We're gonna watch. I kind of covered Hog. We'll watch a beatdown deck. So we'll watch this Golem deck. Pretty interesting deck. It's against level 11. I believe you'll see how I was able to maneuver around his Golem Lightning deck. The thing is, if they have lightning, if you're playing any sort of beatdown deck and they have lightning in their in their in their deck, you kind of want to be weary of when it's in their rotation. And a very big giveaway of when they have lightning in their rotation is when you see them starting to build up a push. Anytime you see them put golem in back or they play golem, you have to assume that they have lightning in their hand. So right here, I'm going to play some skeletons to distract the knight. Whenever you play skeletons, it's almost always a positive elixir trade. So right here, he plays golem, so immediately I'm thinking, okay, this guy is either rocking golem lightning, which is a very popular deck, golem graveyard, or golem loon. So I'm sort of trying to put some pressure on the opposite lane in order to split up his push. That's another thing. Sometimes the reason why it does that when he plays cannon and the reason why it does that and he plays cannon sometimes, or he plays a defense and like a hog where it will like look at it and then go away, it has to do with connection, I believe. So I put thumbs up there because I played that golem really well. I believe in this game though, when I start seeing him play golem, I'll play my Inferno Tower differently. That way he can't lightning my tower and my Inferno. He has to choose to either lightning my Inferno or lightning my tower and a supporting troop that's by my tower. I'm not sure if I really have any supporting troops that I really put behind my tower, because as you can see, my supporting troops are like, this is a very offensive deck. So I'm going to place Goblin Gang right there. Right when I see he has Zap, I'm like, okay, now I'm freaking out because I didn't have Inferno in rotation. I place Inferno up there because he cannot, see, he can only lightning my Inferno Tower. He can't lightning my Inferno Tower and the tower. You kind of want to avoid that damage because although it may not seem like it's a lot, I believe lightning does it's in like the mid to high 300s. Oh no, my village is being raided. Oh well. It's in the mid to high 300s, and if you can avoid taking that damage as much as possible, that's good. Place my Inferno up there again. I'm not sure what he does here. Okay, so he decides to lightning my tower and my princess. I think that's just so he can get last minute damage. Right here it's game because my miner can just, and I pre-zap just to keep in case he put anything else down. So that's in another replay. I started playing this deck because I always ran, I used to always run Goblin Gang and Goblin Barrel in all my Zap Bait decks, but this deck beat me, and I decided to start playing around with it. So we're gonna watch one more replay. So I have a starting hand right here. I'm gonna play Miner, and I'm gonna hold on my Zap in case he places like a skeleton army. Anything else, I'm just gonna ignore. Archers. He's going to use archers so that my miner doesn't do too much damage. My miner did pretty good damage right there. It did about 300. I'm holding Zap, but then I was like, okay, we'll ignore that because my hog's going to probably get 2 hits, which is good. I'm going to ignore archers right there. If you're facing if someone ever plays archers and it's never usually a good idea to ignore 2 archers on the tower because they can do quite a bit of damage. So right there he logged. So I was like, okay, I got log out of his rotation. Whenever someone logs your princess, your skeleton army, your goblin gang, whatever, that's the time when you want to go in for a punish. This is a very similar deck to the first replay. I believe the only difference is that he's running Lumberjack, he's running Tombstone, and I think he has log, and the other guy had Zap. So right here I'm going to pre-log because my hog's going to get 1. I didn't time it right. So I spent 6 elixir on that push, no hits. He spent 3 for Tombstone. I believe Tombstone's 3. Yeah. And then he logged, so I would say we're about even because I'm making mostly positive elixir trades. You want to keep track of how much elixir they're spending versus how much elixir you're spending. The more you play the game, the better you'll get at it. I play skeletons right there in order to keep the Mega Minion off my Inferno Tower, so my Inferno Tower can finish off the Lava Hound. Play Skeleton Army to distract the Mega Minion because I do not want any Mega Minion hits on my tower. So I'm going to go ahead again. See, he has Lumberjack, so I play a Miner defensively. I always forget how much damage the Miner does because I usually always play him on the tower, and he does less damage on the tower. He's kind of like a spell. So I Pig Push right there. He gets some damage on the tower. He's over defending right now. I don't exactly know what he was doing, so I can play. So I knew he didn't have Zap in his rotation. All I knew he had Log. So if you keep track of their rotation, that will help you a lot. So I'm going to Zap. I'm going to Skeleton Army again right here. My Skeleton Army, I believe, also, well, 3 of them goes for that Miner right there. So around this time, I'm just trying to put pressure in the keep the pressure up on him so he doesn't build up a big push on me. Just sort of to keep him back. Well, and that's a good game. I took very little damage to my towers. If you can play Lava Hound decks right and split their pushes, not allow them to build large pushes behind their Lava Hound, you can do fairly well against them. I've been facing a lot of Lava Hound Miner decks now. I don't believe the balloon nothing really happened to the balloon, although Lava Balloon is still a very popular strategy. It just lacks defense, in my opinion. But I have been seeing an increase in Lava Hound Miner decks around the 4,000 area. On my other account, when I do face Lava Hound decks, almost every single one is Lava Loon. So it's a bit different on how you deal with those. You're going to place your Inferno not right in front of your tower because you have to get the balloon away. So what I usually do is that I'll wait for the Lava Hound to pass like that certain point, and then use the Inferno to draw the balloon away because I do not want any balloon damage on my tower. So this is going to be the end of the video. This is going to be the end of the video right here. This is the basics on how to use Zap Bait. A very strong archetype right now. I have been seeing some of my clanmates say this game's more turning into a who can play Zap Bait better. But if you know how to play Zap Bait decks, they're strong. But if you know how to play them correctly, they're not overpowered. Weaknesses of this deck is if you're facing someone who has, well, I would say 2 or more spells. And if they only have 2 spells, they have at least another answer to your zappable cards. We're gonna get some donations right here. I'm just donating because I don't use any of those cards. Well, I do use archers, but I'm saving up gold. I'm 9,000 off, so I can get those level 12 archers. It's gonna be in the video. If you wanna, I'm gonna continue doing the giveaway. The giveaway is I'm gonna pick one winner on Friday. So in order to enter, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel and comment down below whether you use Google Play or iOS, so I know what card to get for the winner. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.